Hello student, good afternoon. In the previous class we have learnt about the clause, introduction of the clause. So we will continue our class. As we have learnt, there are two types of clause. Number one, independent clause. You can say coordinate clause, net clause, you can say main clause. The clause is not dependent. The meaning of the clause is not dependent to other clause. Second type of clause is subordinate clause. Okay, the meaning of the clause is depend on independent clause or main clause. So this is the subordinate clause. As we know, the clause is the part of the sentence. Clause is a part of sentence which has one subject or and one finite verbs. It means many students facing the problems, they can't make difference between clause and sentence. So you have to understand that the clause is the part of a sentence, not a clause. It means I am teaching you. This is not a clause, this is a sentence. If the part comes with the other sentence with the and the part is connected with the other sentence using the connector, subordinate conjunction or coordinate conjunction, that times you can say this is the part of sentence, so this is the clause. So individually a subject, a sentence have a subject, a verbs, that is not a clause, that is the sentence only. So mind it. So in this way we have learnt clause. There are two types of clause: independent clause, or the second is subordinate clause. And you can say the other name of independent clause, or you can say this dependent clause. Okay, so there are two type of clause. Number one, independent, coordinate or main clause. Second one is subordinate clause, dependent clause. Okay, so according to our syllabus we will learn the subordinate clause only. So subordinate clause are three types. Number one is noun clause, second one is adjective clause, and third one is adverb clause. Okay, so let us start noun clause. What is a noun clause? A noun clause is a noun. As we know, noun is a noun words. The noun clause, function of the noun clause is the same function of noun clause is same what the function of a noun do in a sentence. Okay, so what is the function? Before learning this, you have to keep in mind what is the function of a noun. A noun may be subject of the verb, subject of the sentence, may be object, may be in opposition, may be object of preposition, it also can, a noun can also use as a adverb, sometime also use as a adjective, and sometime it may be the object of to infinitive, object of to infinitive. Okay, so these are the function of a noun. Noun can be used in the sentence as a subject, object in a position, object of the preposition, as adverb, as adjective, and object of to infinitive. So there is no difference between noun and noun clause. You can say noun is a single word, okay, difference between noun and noun clause. You can say noun is a single word, noun is a single word, but noun clause is a group of words that have a subject, that have a verb, okay, and function as a part of sentence. Okay, so there is a question: can a noun clause be a subject of sentence? Can a noun clause be a subject object of a noun sentence? It can be work as in opposition? So we learnt all these things here. Okay, you can write all these things. Okay, now we talk about noun clause and its function in a sentence. Okay, first, noun clause has a subject. You just see the sentence given here. What you said is not correct. Is not correct. Sorry. You just see the. Okay. You just find out the subject of the sentence. Okay. Basically, we have to focus on the verbs of the sentence. So to find out the object. Okay. So there are two verbs. Okay. Said and is. But said is a main verb. And after the sentence there is other verb. So we know this is the main verb, okay, and this is the other part of the sentence. So this is the clause. You just see what you said. What you said. आपने क्या कहा? Okay. You said about things. You said a fact. You said anything. That means the subject of this word, what you said, आपने क्या कहा, that is the subject. Okay, so you can understand. I just replace the word, all these words. Okay, just I replace these words. My father is not correct. Maybe in this sentence, what you said, if you said about your father, so father is the subject of this sentence, and it is the verbs, and these are the other words you can say. So this is a noun that is working as a subject of the verbs is. Same in the above sentence, what is you said, this is the subject of the verb is. Okay, so a noun clause can function as a subject of a sentence. You can say now the question is here, is this a clause? Because there are two types. Because if you think this is the group of words, a clause have a finite verbs. How will you check is this a clause or not? First thing, you just find out in the group of sentence has a verb. Okay, so here is a verb said. That is means the group of words have a verb that is said. Okay, and second thing, is that the part of a sentence? Okay, the part of sentence. You just see, this is the other thing and this is the other thing. Okay, this is the part and this is the other part. There is two verbs. It means two verbs in a sentence. It means both are infinite verbs. Okay, finite verbs means both part has different finite verbs. Okay, so you can say, I can write in simply, it is not correct. It is not correct. This is the part, and what you said. Okay, these are two sentences. What you said and it is not the correct. These are two different sentences, and we connect all two sentences making the one sentence. Okay, so the sentence being, because you can say what you said, the word it refer what are the thoughts you said, what are the speech of yours. That speech is not correct. It refer to the thoughts, the speech, or the things. You said. So the words it refer to all these things, and these words what you said, okay, involve in this. So we can add this sentence like this: what you said, no need to write it again, is, because it also involved in these words. What you said involved in it. So sentence will be: what you said is not correct. Okay. So I think you have understood. Noun clause can function as a subject of a sentence. Okay, this is all the sentence have two part, different part. Okay, now we talk about a sentence. You can take other example of, I just write the other example to understand you better. How the boy behaved. How the boy behaved was not decent. You just see this sentence. Just see the sentence. The sentence have two verbs. Number one is behaved, second one is was. It means two finite verbs. Two finite means two finite verb means two sentence, two part that means clause. Okay, so you just see what was not decent. It means you can choose a single words for all this group of words, that is behavior. Okay, you can choose this word. Okay, the single word, that is noun, and for all these words. How the boy behaved. The boy was not decent. Okay, not. We are not talking about the boy. We are talking about the behavior of the boy. Okay, so in this group of words, boy is subject and behaved is verbs. Okay, is verb. But in this whole sentence, from how to descend, was is a verb, and all the group of sentence we can replace by the behavior is a subject. Okay, so we can say a noun clause can function as a subject of a sentence. Okay, you can see this like. Now we are talking about complement. A noun clause can function as a complement, just like a noun has. He is what life is what we live. Life is what we live. So you just see this. Okay, there are two verbs, number one and second one. It means two verbs, it means two clause, and this is all a sentence. Now life is what we think. You can say life is best. You can replace all the things. Life is worst. You can say life is pleasure. So you just replacing all these words with the single word, that is a noun. That may be sometimes noun, okay, worst. These are not noun. This is the word. The word's last, pleasure, is a noun. But here, sometime a noun can be used as an adjective. So you can say, if a verb is, okay, using as a man verb, verbs, so other part of the subject, other words comes after, a noun, a verb which denote something about the subject, then the other words are called complement. So we can say life and what we live, the situation, the condition we are enjoying. All these words are used for the words life. So we can say the noun, all these words, the group of words, that is noun clause, because just come after the linking verbs, man verbs, okay, and they are functioning as a complement of, because these words are referred to the life. So this is the example of complement, and noun clause can be used as a complement. Okay, so you can write all this. Okay, we are talking about noun clause as a part of noun clause as a object of a sentence. Noun clause as a object of a sentence. Example, she did not realize that the solution was wrong. Justify, this is the sentence is the subject, has clause or not. The simplest way to find out clause, you just focus on the verbs. There are two verbs. Number one, this is the helping verb and this is the other verb. But we are talking about the finite verbs. Finite verbs only. Okay, this is non-finite verbs. Okay, and in the other sentence, this is the finite verbs. Okay, so she did not realize that the solution was wrong. You can replace all the things. She did not realize, for example, she did not realize the question, the answer. You can write this. Okay, she did not I just write here, she did not realize the answer. So you just see the word answer can be replaced with that, and because did is a finite verb and realize is non-finite verb. All active verb, all action verb take an object. So the word, the action and the answer that can be replaced by the old clause, that the solution was wrong. Okay, so that the solution was wrong is functioning as the object of the verbs realize. So we can say a noun clause can function as object of main clause. Okay, so you just do all these